Hi, this is Sowmyan again. Welcome to my Japanese lesson number 31. This is actually a continuation of the lesson number 30. I originally intended to cover the treatment of noun forms in lesson number 30, but since the YouTube video limit is 15 minutes, I needed to shift it to this lesson. It's actually a continuation of the lesson number 30. In this lesson, I will cover the use of masu base as a noun form. The masu base of a verb can be used as a noun in front of iku and kuru. Iku is for ikimas and kuru is for kimas. Please note that the masu base is not the same as the plain form. If we take the verb mimas, which means to see, the masu base will be mi, to which masu is appended to form the masu form mimas. Miru is the plain form verb for this. In the verb kakimas, kaki is the masu base, but kaku is the plain form. Masu base is simply the stem of the masu form, that is, the part we are left with when we knock off the masu from the masu form. The general structure is masu base ni ikimas or masu base ni kimas. In these cases, the ikimas and kimas do not indicate a target place. They indicate a target action. It is like saying, I am going there to drink, or I'll be coming here to eat. The action described by the noun form is the one the subject intends to perform. Let us see an example. Shinjuku ye ikimasu or Shinjuku ni ikimasu. Shinjuku is the name of a place in Tokyo. Ikimasu means go, will go, etc. We saw earlier that ikimasu goes with the particle a following the destination. Ni is another particle that can be associated with the destination instead of a. Both mean to in this context. So it is okay to say Shinjuku ye ikimasu as well as Shinjuku ni ikimasu. The next sentence is Shinjuku ni oyogimasu. Oyogu is to swim. It's a group 1 verb. It ends with the gu. So the te form is aide. Drop gu and add aide. That gives you oyoide. The stated sentence simply said swimming at or in Shinjuku. There is no watashi wa etc. in this to indicate I in the translated sentence. These are context-sensitive interpretations. We did not have the context in this limited text, but I have just translated in this way. If you don't have clarity in a certain context, you should not be doing it. You can be as vague as the context requires, but you have to be adding more words to make it more specific and particular. Ni is the particle that has multiple meanings. In the previous sentence, it meant to, indicating direction. In the second sentence, it means at or in, indicating location. Having seen two separate sentences, let us combine them. That would be Shinjuku ye oyogi ni ikimasu. See that oyogi ni, oyogu is the plain form, oyogimasu is the masu form, oyogi is the masu base, oyogi ni ikimasu means going for a swim. To swim is a verb. Swim in this context is the noun form. I am going for a swim. The particle ni in this context means for. You see how the particle has changed meaning? First it was indicating direction to, next it was indicating location at or in, now it is indicating for. In such a construction, the name of the place comes ahead of the noun form. Place A, masu base ni ikimasu would be the order. The next example is used with kimas. The sentence structure and interpretation are very much the same. Tomodachi ga uchi e nomi ni kimasu. Tomodachi means friend or friends. Uchi means home. Note that we used ga here and not wa. This is because when we are referring to action performed by the subject, the particle to be used is ga. The sentence is the same for friend is coming as well as friends are coming. If the context requires clarity, you need to use further words to clarify. For example, a person telling his wife, friends are coming home to eat, may have to tell her how many people are coming. Nomimasu is obviously a group 1 verb. It ends with mu. It has a te form which replaces the mu end with a inde end. Nobu and nonu could also have been the alternatives when you try to reverse engineer the plain form nonde. Though there is a nobimasu, it comes from nobiru, which is a group 2 verb. That means it extends or spreads. The te form for that would be nobite. There is no plain form verb nobu or nonu. Nobu is actually a possible noun, a transliterated noun indicating a doorknob, and nonu can be part of a person's name such as nonushi. These are the two possibilities. Let us look at some more noun form usages. For such of those who have been wanting to see a group 2 verb being used in an example, here is one. Aiga wo nii ni ikimasu. This means I am going to see a movie. Aigo is the English language. Go means language. Aiga is the word for movie, cinema. A means a picture. Aiga kan would be a theater. Mini ikimasu means going to see. You may recollect miru as the plain form meaning to see. It is a group 2 verb. Mimasu is the masu form. This came by simply cutting off ru from miru and appending masu. The masu base is mi. Mite is the te form of miru. I can relate this sort of use to my Indian viewers with the examples from Indian languages. In Tamil, we say Parka Pogiren. Parka is to see, Pogiren is to go. In Kannada, the equivalent is Nodoke Hogutini. In Hindi, the equivalent will be Dekne Jaunga or Dekne Ja Raha Hoon. I am sure many other languages will also have such patterns. If you have examples from your language, you can share with us. Now let us look at the next example. Tomodachi no ie ni tomari ni ikimasu. This example is slightly different from the sentence using Tomodachi in the previous slide. There, Tomodachi was the subject. The particle ga followed the subject as a subject marker. Here, Tomodachi is part of the object, not the subject. I have translated this into English with the subject I to underline Tomodachi is not the subject. But there is nothing in the Japanese sentence to suggest there is a subject. There is no subject marker in the sentence. There is no wa or ga or mo. These are the usual subject markers. Place ni, noun form ni, ikimasu is still the structure. Place is now Tomodachi no ie. Ie means house. This ie has a single I. If we say ie with a double I, IIE, it would mean no, as opposed to hi, which means yes. Tomodachi no ie means friend's house. No is apostrophe S. We saw the word uchi in the last slide. That is the word for home. Home is where we usually reside. House can be any house. A home is also a house. In this sentence, Tomodachi is the qualifier of the place. Someone else who is not a friend may also be coming to the friend's house. The context only can clarify such a sentence. Tomaru is a group 1 verb meaning to stay. It also is used to say stop or halt, but in this context it is stay. How do we know it is a group 1 verb when it ends with ru? Note that only eru and iru verbs form group 2. This ends with aru, aru. So it is group 1. Tomarimasu is the masu form and tomari is the masu base. Tomatte is the te form. Tomari ni iku is the phrase of interest in this slide. Someone is going over to the friend's house to stay overnight. That is the contextual meaning. Let us look at the next example. Disuko ni odori ni ikimasu. Disuko is disco, D-I-S-C-O. In a translated form, it became disuko, disuko. It is a foreign word that was sought to be used as is. Odori is the noun form or masu base. Odoru is the plain form. This is yet another ru ending verb that is in group 1. It has the oru ending. So there is no doubt it does not belong to group 2. Group 2 should have ended in eru or iru. Odoru means to dance. It particularly implies some leap and jump were involved. It is also a word used to imply messy writing that jumps around and mixes up text and context. I hope I am not doing this kind of a thing. Dance suru, D-A-N-S-U, dance suru or dance shimasu can also be used to indicate dancing. However, odorimasu is available as a straightforward verb. Odotte is the te form. In this lesson, we clarified what a masu base is. We also saw some examples of the noun form usage with the ku and kuru. We identified the sentence structure. It is place ni noun form ni ikimasu or place ni noun form ni kimasu. That is the kind of structure. So these are the things we learned in this lesson. So that brings us to the end of this lesson number 31. Please continue with my lesson number 32 for more examples. You can go to my channel Avid Reader 100 to see the full course. If you like this series, you can subscribe to my channel so that you can get alerts on new posts. Till then, Deva Mata Gambatta Kudasai.